I think we can pick it up at you were talking about the
Yeah, I want to
changing.
share the Chinese New Year time. The reason why is further up because first of all, like the workers, some workers they want to go home earlier, and then the manufacturer they want to finish the final production. They want to finish the whole all the orders before they really shut down. So the workers they go back. They need to hire the part-time worker, and those part-time worker normally is on the village. They found up some grandma, auntie, whatever. Really, like just ask them to come. Oh, okay, you sit there. You have nothing to do. Okay, come to help. So those they have no experience, have no idea how to pack the products or how to make the products. So those part-time worker is like really disaster. This is a very important thing because all the years before Chinese New Year, no matter what kind of products, I always have the same problem about part-time workers.
Yeah.
They say part-time is just nice. I told you it's grandma, auntie from the village. And this is true. It's so true. And I was so pissed. And I can never change it.
Yeah.
It's all the time happen. No matter how much I yell into them, I scream to them, please, no part-time worker. Finally, it come up same. So it's really disaster. So every time I really like, sometimes I tell them that I'm going to check.
Yeah.
So make sure I'm going to check. So this is a really tough time. And second of all is the boss themselves because they are super busy. They're the order is not finished. I need to finish all these orders before Chinese New Year. So he was like super busy, or she or he was super busy. He didn't really care about what's happening in the production line. So they didn't put an eye on it. Manager, same. Like they didn't put the eye on it because they have so many things, and before Chinese New Year they have the family issue. Okay, the wife need to do this, the family relatives coming to visit, so they have so many things. And the old Chinese culture for Chinese New Year, you need to go visit here, and then you need to collect things from here and there. So many things, and the red envelope. Many things.
Yeah.
Or you need to go to like this kind of worship for the temple and everything. So they have bunches of things to do that they sometimes they also no time to see the production line. This is the two main reason for the disaster before the Chinese New Year. Yeah. For me, it's also a headache.
Yeah, no, but it's interesting. Actually, my partner is he has a business with another Chinese guy where they do it's like a labor business.
Yeah.
So they basically have the employees to rent, but not like the aunties and the grandmas. Like it's actual people that are trained, and they make them they keep each other happy. So when one factory has more demand, they send them in. I think they have around 1,000 people now. That they just ran out, and they're just expanding and growing, and everyone wants that because they're actually qualified workers. So both sides are nice. The workers are actually qualified and can do what they need to do, and then the supplier, they're affordable still for the supplier, and it all works out. So that's something he's building, which I think is cool.
Yeah, better.
I want to switch gears to a little bit of 1688 or Yalio just for people because it's becoming a thing. Right, so everyone's looking at for drop shipping, even like everyone is looking at AliExpress, and I was like, oh, AliExpress is so expensive, so let me find a drop shipping supplier on 1688, and then they go and find a supplier with Google Translate and go back and forth. Maybe you have a thought or two on that. Like, is that a smart thing to do? Is the price really better, and what do people need to pay attention to? Do you recommend it or not?
It will be. I would not recommend it because even I'm a Chinese people. If I go to the 16AA, it's not only by chatting. Always need to make a call, and then to go through all the details. But only one situation is okay, like to order from them because first of all, 16AA is not like international, so they can only send to you like in the Chinese address, most of the factory like that. And if they said, they can send DHL or FedEx also, is same. But of course, it will be not much cheaper than you order like compared to AliExpress. But most of the customer, you need to have the OEM products, and you need to bundle together with different products. You need a lot of communication, and by Google Translate, it's disaster. You know, like to translate the two languages so different, especially Chinese. We have so many words like you cannot be translate, and after translate it sounds weird, or sometimes even like an opposite meaning. So I don't think that as a foreigner to go on CISAA is a smart move. And I don't think that, maybe you think that can save money, but finally if something mess up, you will lose more money than you save. You think you save. And for the 1CISAA, actually, it's for domestic market. The material also different. For example, I do like a 3D print product, and there are two kind of product the manufacturer use. One is for domestic, one is for export. It's two different material. So the domestic one is not allowed to enter the material. It's not allowed to enter America. But the manufacturer, they don't know. So after they produce, they send to American, it's not going to enter because the material is not friendly, like environment friendly, and the certification is not enough to support to enter American. And this is one of the reasons. And you know, in China, we have most of the manufacturing, like a good one, they always have two production lines, one for domestic, one for international. And once it's AA, it was built up by domestic. So it was not prepared for selling export. But of course, there are a few of the manufacturing inside the 1CISAA, they are doing import-export as well, like international. But how can you make sure? Like, you cannot. And for me, because I can read at least, it's not like you click the one, like the one to chat with the supplier, with the Google Translate, then you understand all the page information. Because I also realized 1CISAA, they put English on the page already. It means that some supplier, they also, from Alibaba, they will also go 1CISAA. And one thing is how I figure out I need to read the page. I found where is the location. Like they have the address. And as a Chinese people, when I see the location, I can see it's a manufacturing industrial location or it's just an office building. But this, as a foreigner, it's very difficult for you to figure out like if it's an office building address or it's a manufacturing address. But of course, they will all tell you we are the manufacturing. Of course, they are all the manufacturing. But really, like how many you can really be manufacturing themselves and give you good price, good service, you never know. Yeah. Also for the communication, sometimes the English reading slow.
It's like, I think communication-wise, Google, like this is the worst thing you can do. Like Google translates thing. Like I think even if you talk in English and the supplier speaks English, it's difficult. Even if you speak Chinese and the supplier speaks Chinese, it's difficult.
Oh yeah, sometimes they even misunderstand me. Yes, it happens.
Right?
You're right.
So how bad is it then with Google Translate, and if you need something more complicated? And even for dropshipping, like you need to explain them. Some of them, they don't even know like what is dropshipping, how does it work? Like I need to send out one by one, you know. So if you don't speak Chinese, it's really hard to make the connection. So if people want to do it, you can always come to us, and we use 1688, but like we can do it in Chinese, give them a call, speak about it if they did dropshipping before. If not, and then that's fine, right?
Yeah, and also check for like if they have the stock, and then if like how long time they need for delivery the goods when they finish all this. And by talking, like we can, for us, that like for the first videos I was talking before, like I can feel from people to people. Like you roundabout, you can guess if this supplier, like the way they talk,
you get a gut feeling, right?
Yeah, you get a feeling like if he's a serious person or she's a serious person or not, or they don't care, or they look for further, they are more willing to cooperate, or they just like, my machine's there, I produce there, you take it or leave it. That's it.
Yeah. Cool. To close this off, I want to speak a little bit about Yiwu. The Yiwu market. Maybe you can give us a little bit of an insight of what is the Yiwu market, what's the difference, why would you source, like what kind of products are around there. Maybe you can just talk a little bit about it, and I'll
Yiwu is interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting place in China First of all, like I've been there before. I check all those buildings. They have like 4 or 5 buildings. Like
It's huge, right?
3 days. I didn't finish all of them, and they are quite nice. I like it. Like, wow, amazing. And most of them, they are really like, it doesn't look like manufactured, but most of them they are from the factory there. But and then there, I can tell like a little bit cultural things about Yiwu. I was a shock. Like I was there like 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
15 years ago, like when I was like, yeah, like super young, was traveling in
Yeah,
Yiwu.
when you were like
And then
4 years old, yeah.
thank you. So I was like traveling from there, and then I didn't feel it's just like a normal Chinese city. And then I was there 4 years ago. I go to check products because this Yiwu commercial market is getting very popular. Everybody know Yiwu.
And it's there all year. It's not like Canton Fair that is
No,
packing
no,
up
no, no,
store.
no.
Like
all the
it's there
buildings
time.
there. It's like it also supported by the government. They want the Yiwu. It's called International Small Community Building or Market. And there I found that I'm in the like in Turkey or like in Arabic countries, like towards the people shisha and Turkish restaurant everywhere, and many people like from like Africa, from Saudi Arabic, or from Dubai, from the Arabic countries, and also Turkey. Many, and then Chinese. They married a Chinese woman and everything. Wow! Like when I was there, I was like, my God, is this still in China? Because like I can feel like I'm in another country. So one thing is like about Yiwu market. Let's talk about the quality of products. If you don't have very high requests for the it's called small commodity market. It means like something like the book.
It's
cup,
not called high quality market.
Yeah, but they're cheap. This sure they are cheap, and they request very high MOQ. This is for sure. Like if they say, "Oh, we are manufacturing, you can buy 10 pieces," it's never happen. You can have my word. It will never happen. Like, "Oh, we are the manufacturer, we produce, and I can give you 10 pieces." It's impossible, because the production line. If you went to the factory before, the production line is the machine, and they day by day they work the same. Every time, each day they have like thousands of production, and then they just pack it randomly, like big box. Each box it was fixed number. One box 500 pieces, one box 500 pieces. They send out. You never like. Was done, you say, "Hey, Mr. Manufacturer, I want these pieces and these pieces and these pieces," and put it together, and you put it in the OPP bag and put the label on it and ship it. They don't. They
don't
are
care,
you kidding
right?
me? Like we send it to you and then you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
They will never offer this service. No, they just produce because the workers they do the certain thing. They don't want to break it. This is the mentality. They don't want to break it. These are the rules, and they train the workers to work like that. And the machine, the program, is fixed, and it's enough for them to support the whole factory running, and they earn the money. They're happy about that. They are not thinking about, "Oh, I changed this or that." They hate change. This is the line workers pack. Okay, each carton, all the cartons fixed. No big, no small, exactly this size all the time. 500 pieces. Each carton box, 500 pieces. You send it to any warehouse for the customer and finish. So this is one thing for like the manufacturer. And Yiwu, most of the factories like that. And they are really for the quantity because they are so cheap. So the profit margin for the factory is small.
Yeah, they need the volume.
They need a big volume. The quantity need to be big that they can earn money. So for the service also, they really not really care about it. Do you want it or not? And if you want it, please, 5,000 pieces MOQ or 10,000 pieces MOQ.
Right.
And even like in the Yiwu market, the people, they like it because actually they're kind of a small distributor. So they have some stock, they put it there to show each. Then there you can get like a smaller MOQ, but not by ordering. You need to go there. And then you can get like 20 pieces of this and 30 pieces of that, but you can never get like 5 pieces. It was also like a little MOQ, but it's not retail. But this little MOQ, the price, as I know, is also similar like the retail retail price that you get from Taobao. It's similar because I've been there. But if you really request like for a quality products or electronics mostly is from us.
Yeah.
And actually I found out like from the north and the south, they have different production line and different material. For example, we talk about for the acrylic for the bathtub. This is also one project I did before, the bathtub. In Foshan, in South, Foshan, this city, they are famous for this kind of bathroom accessories or furniture. And on the north, in Nanjing, we call it the north, okay? Like, because it's north of Guangdong.
Yeah.
I'm joking. So for Nanjing, they also have like a big production line of the like a bathroom accessories, acrylic. They're cheaper, but the material is different. They have the very strong smell. The material, like they have very strong smell. But in Foshan, I went to the manufacturer. They don't have this super strong material. So and then they are like a little bit higher. But the quality you can see directly is different. Even it's same product, but the quality is different. Because for the mentality also, like the northern part of China, the southern part of China is different. With more focus on details and the surveys. And the north is more for like more, how to say, like more open, like they don't really care too much about details.
It's more simple.
Yeah, more simple. And also they are like the surveys also. You've been to the northern part, like the surveys, even in the restaurant.
Are very different.
Yeah, it's different. Like the mentality is slightly different, so we focus on different things. But Yiwu market, yes, if you want to get like simple stuff like this, and you need a big volume, like many balloon or many notebook, yeah, there you can get. But it doesn't mean that Yiwu is like the best place that you can source your products. It's difficult, and not all because Yiwu is famous, and many like trading companies or like distributor, they will also put like a shop there because they know there they can catch the customer. So they will also go there. So that is the market for me. Yeah.
Cool. Then to close this off, let's speak about the backup supplier. Because we just placed an order. Actually, we have to place an order today. And even before that order is placed, you already came ahead. That's for our own products. You already came ahead and you're like, hey, like I found a backup supplier. Like just by itself, like, there was no, we didn't even need to speak about it. We were just like, oh, I found a backup. So maybe you can elaborate on that. Why would you even need a backup supplier? Why is that important?
Well, as I told you, like the example before, like with my customer that he worked with the supplier for 1 year, and after Chinese New Year, they said, oh, sorry, we don't produce anymore, bye-bye. Like immediately finish, like they found that, oh, we don't want to produce. Because in China, the production line is simple actually. You have the location and you just need to change the machine. Workers still the same. Just tell them that, hey, just change a little bit and that's it. And then the manufacturer, they more look for like what products earns more money. If they found these products not really give them too much profit margin, they can, after Chinese New Year, they have 1 month. Yeah, 1 month they reorder the machine, everything switch. After 1 month, everything new, like new production, like they already start process. Really, I saw it so often. So that's why I said a backup is very important, because I don't want my customer to just suddenly lost the stock, like they don't know. And then I don't want to have time to, oh, please wait for me 1 month or one week. Like, give me 1 week, I search for you. So I prepared the supplier. So if that supplier that they don't produce anymore in case, or just like they don't want, or they want to higher the price. This also happen. Like sometimes the supplier you work for 3 years, and suddenly they say, hey, sorry, this price we need to hire or something. Or they try to steal your idea or something like that. Then you need a backup and immediately, and not like, oh, give me 1 week, I search the backup. Then it's waste of time, because if you start to search, then you need to order the sample, you need to check the products, you need to everything again. So it will take about 1 month again. So this is not good.
And actually, you touched on something good. It's like, oh, what if they want to steal my products? I think that's a point we could also talk about. Like, how do we usually avoid that? there's one, you spoke about that the other day, where you had a company and they really liked the product. It was a custom design, they really liked it, and they're like, oh cool, like you had to make an agreement. How does that work? Like how do you avoid them just copying it and doing it?
Well, be honest, it's very basic. Like all the Western world also will do, like you sign a contract. But the difference between, as a foreigner, you sign a contract with the Chinese manufacturer, hey, you need to keep our secret or something. For the factory, that you are far away in another country, and it doesn't fit with our law. So if I sell in my market, you probably don't know. I sell in China. I sell in China, but if you sell in China, the other people will also steal the idea and it will be everywhere.
Yes.
But if me, like as a Chinese company, I sign a contract with them, they know if it's between Chinese and Chinese. So it's the law protected by China. So if I want to shoot them, I can shoot them directly, go to the court. That is fast. So they feel a little bit pressure. But if it's a foreigner, they say, oh, there's somewhere else. Maybe it's too much for them to buy the flight ticket to China. Maybe they will not do that because the flight ticket to China is to be expensive though.
Yeah.
So, and then they need a hotel, and then they need to hire a lawyer. They need to hire a translator to speak Chinese. And then I just do little thing for them. It's just a little bit lost. But if they want to go with us to the court, the foreigner need to spend a lot of money. So they don't feel threatened by the contract. But for us, it will be like we are in China. So if we are like between company and Chinese company, we go to the court, it's very easy. So that's why I was thinking this is normally what we do.
Yeah. This is very simple, right?
Yeah.
Also, like there's one little thing that we like to do is where when you have different components, we just have them, we order them all to that guy that does it. So we just get all the different pieces to manufacture ourselves without telling him like, this is the manufacturer, this is that, this is that, this is that.
Yes.
And then that works as well. Cool. I think we're good. If people have more questions, they can just comment here on the channel. So I'm very happy that you were here again. We're going to do some other things. So make sure that you subscribe actually, because there's really cool stuff coming. We're going to do another question and answer thing. You don't know that yet, but we're gonna spend some more time and do stuff like that. So make sure that you subscribe, because we have more things like that, and leave me questions here in the comments, whatever you need to know. Carmen is just here. We can always just jump on another video and do some more stuff like that. Yeah, right. Do some things like that. So appreciate you being here. Thank you for your time. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.